You get far enough, you can produce your own app on that and publish it on Google Play, and you don't have to code. It's a non-code app. So the whole thing's non-code across the board. And it's a matter of, with those platform apps, like where I was discussing low weights with files and stuff, that's where that comes into play, because your stability of the way that it's going to transmit, how it's going to anchor inside that environment, has a lot to do with the weight. And that's why it's so important for XRs and VRs and ARs to have low weight on those, because the functionality of it relies upon it. Like, I know guys that run XRs, and like it's a requirement that your videos are under 20 megabytes, because otherwise they're not going to play in there, and they're going to bog down the environment, and you won't even be able to open it. That's the biggest thing. And then that's the thing with the high-end people. Okay, they're putting huge assets in there. I'm doing it from a different end. I'm doing it from the end that you're doing it from. And that's why it's a powerful tool for people from your edge. And it is. It's just that those companies have not made it easy for average people to figure it out. I have. And with Unite AR, I found that that's the simplest and easiest to use. And like with these scans, like that's the way I was going to go. It's like the way that your setup works down there, you pay so much per setting, and you get so many scans per month. And then they have
United AR. All I get is India. So did you start with India?
No, Unite AR is the first. I started with 3 different platform apps. I just ran the gambit through them because I wanted to find the ones that I liked. That's the best one. Unite AR is the best one. You can get it on Google Play, or you can get it on Apple, on the Apple Store.
I'm gonna listen to the replay. I got United AR. I'm gonna check it out. I'm just kind of like burned out from this day. It's just a lot. I don't know what's going to happen. So,
let me ask you this. You know you didn't take anything, and so somebody has you. You're supposed to, in human resources, have 3 strikes before you're out. Have you been called to the human
that was the
resources?
First time. No, that was
that's number
scary.
1. Well, then you need by law. If it's a big company, but you're third party, so they have to. That's why they have to go through your boss, because they realized, she doesn't work directly for us.
Yeah, it was just
that's
scary.
all that was.
Okay.
Yeah,
what did you do? What were you doing at the time?
We never got there. She never would tell me. I mean, she
all
was
right.
real
So she was security. You were on video cam doing something. Think about it. What were you doing?
I mean, I don't know. I really don't know. Do you have a idea?
Where was the video camera when they called you upstairs? Your security friend that knows you, that's not blocked.
That what? Oh, the one that did like me, you mean?
I'm saying that you went up to, you didn't say human resources, but that would be probably what it is, because you said the security woman, which would be security. And security, unless she's walking the floor and you know her as a friend or was a friend, what did she say, or either what did she see on video cameras in this big building?
I don't know. I really don't. I didn't do anything. I really didn't.
So are you just a makeup artist professional that sells cosmetics at a very high-end store where you're putting makeup on or promoting?
It is very high-end, but it's not cosmetics. It's fragrances.
Oh, I've been at that oh, yeah, I love that counter.
Yep.
All right, well, I'm trying to visualize it as a precog, which sometimes what you're sending over the phone isn't that great. So I could see that was happening, but okay, so it was fragrances. All right, well, I'm thinking that somebody is thinking you took something underneath the counter. So were you digging in your purse, or do they not have you bring in things in a clear?
I put a bag in the back, but
that's what it was right there.
But I didn't have anything in the bag. It was just like food and samples.
They don't know that.
Oh.
They don't know that. So, but that's what it is. It's a security question, and it's your first time in HR, and your security friend reported it, so she had to be there as the witness that saw you put the bag in the bag. So I hope that helps you.
We should explain the discomfort and the weirdness.
It was so weird.
If she was the one that had to turn it in, then she probably felt a little awkward, and that might be it. It's probably a guilt issue more than anything. Better than an Android.
I know she couldn't look at me later, but do you think it'll just be dropped? I mean, I don't want to say. I do want to get my own business.
Well, you need to tell your person, in Florida where I am, what happened. That's what it's about, because you don't have to tell her on a radio show that a psychic helped you walk backwards, but
right.
It couldn't hurt. But if you want to keep your job, I'd leave the psychic out of it. But you just needed time to think about what you did that caught you. Well, I just know what happened, so that's the difference. So, because people in the beginning when they're talking to psychics, they talk cryptic, but you got real comfortable. And but see, when you get comfortable, you do things you wouldn't normally do. So they want to know what was in the bag that was in the bag. So that was your food had you come back from lunch? Is there explanation?
No, it was before lunch. I have like drinks in there, samples in there, but I didn't. I feel like that maybe because it had to go to corporate, it'll get dropped, and I guess I have to keep my notes clean. I'm hoping that it just doesn't get brought back up.
Just don't remember security, we're on high alert, and I've done security most of my entire life in personnel and information security, so there's no coincidence that you called me out of all the Blog Talk people. So, it worked out where you got all this great information with Scott, because do you know that Scott and I have never done radio, and he's the perfect co-host.
Oh, wow.
I'm trying.
I'll have to invite him to come back every Saturday now. But Debbie, I'd like you to come back too if you're inclined to learn all this stuff.
No, I really am. I've been I went to lunch and cried. I've never been accused of something like that. And, I just feel I am a comfortable person. I just feel like, And it's the people like you and me that we drop. Even though I'm always done this, it's different eyes depending on which hat I'm wearing, because I'm very outgoing and I have a big, huge aura in a room and people feel it. But remember that when you are in a building and during this high alert time, even though you're an empaths drop their inner and outer at the same time, and it makes it easy to get to know people, but it's like you're dropping down your guard, your fight, flight, freeze, your 3Fs, right? It's so true.
And what you did wasn't your fault, but they don't know what you're putting in your bag, and security had to report it, and that was your wannabe friend on Facebook, and it's okay. It'll work itself out. But, fortunately for you, you called your boss. That saved you.
Yeah, my boss she's liked me, but she's tough. That's why I like her a lot. But I think when she was in there, they just thought, oh, this girl's smart. She's not going to just get set up. But I really felt like I was going to get set up. I really did.
Was there any reason for this security woman to not like you on Facebook, or can you go back and look at any? I'm against her political views, but I would think she'd be cool about it. There you go.
Right there. But
there's the fire.
You nailed it.
You nailed it yourself.
And I was for someone that didn't win, but I have no problem if you voted for the person that win. Well, good for you. Good for you.
No, all the T people. And, folks, we're not going to say what it really is because my name starts with a T, all right? It looks like a cross, okay? But what we're saying is there is a huge war on the planet. So don't give anybody any free information in our disinformation, misinformation, information, augmented reality to finger you, especially if they work in security and are a friend of yours on Facebook. Okay, Debbie?
I didn't put anything on there, and I don't. I mean, they know I'm anti-vaccine.
Well, let's not do our political or religious affiliations in public or on social media, people, because it is that toxic. We are doing
it really
this
is.
Because this is a learning planet, and you don't need to learn some lessons. You don't need to keep burning your finger, but unless you know, I'm a yogi, I'm a Kriya Yoga from many, many lifetimes. So I'm here impersonating a human in a biological container, being that I work universally. Very strange, and I don't do any drugs, so this is me normally.
Okay.
So you've got to remember that there are people of all kind of people that walk this planet from other planets, okay? They're from other universes, and a lot of them are trickier than others, and you don't know, while you're being in service to others, taking care of yourself, if you are all of a sudden caught up in a political war, that is based on what social media is feeding the people to play inside the Matrix. And you saw the movie Matrix, right?
Yeah, and the zombie movies too.
Well, I hate that word because that was so overdone. But yeah, we still need the meat suit. So this is a learning planet, and this was the lesson that you needed to learn. Now, don't do it again. But please I'm a life coach.
I still don't know what I did. I brought a bag every day. Every single day I bring a bag, and nobody's ever stopped me before.
I wonder
if security.
Oh, yeah, but what if security was responsible for something and wanted to draw attention away?
Yeah, the setup.
You don't know which angle she is apprising you at, because you said the fire is the politics.
Yeah.
So you know the politics on your Facebook that you had to block because she's in security, and you don't know because she wouldn't even look at you, but your inner soul said, I need to block this person, because you don't normally block people, right, on Facebook?
Not really. I'm really cool if you're for someone I'm not. It's a free country still, almost. You know what I mean?
Well, it used to be, but in digital networking, it's free social media until we're slaves to it. So we have become programmed to be slaves, and that's the way they want us. So as long as we're slaves to the social media, we're going to keep feeding it. So which wolf do you want to feed? Think
Not
about
that one.
Which wolf? Well, you can still do Facebook for your family or friends for photos and stuff, but remember, the whole world's watching. And Facebook, as much as we love Facebook, and I'm a Facebook person, but I don't go on there. I go on the back end as a developer. People were telling me, you were just on Facebook, and I got tired of being told where I was when I wasn't. And I realized that, well, I'm on the back end, they're on the front end. So I didn't realize that the world was already in reverse, but people don't know that people can get into the internet languages without, well, we're not talking the same language. We're both on Facebook, but I'm on the back end as a developer. They're on the front end as a user on their phone, including my sister.
Okay.
So my sister was calling me a liar, and it really upset me because this was a few years back that I had to go through this. What's going on? Why are people acting so rude? And it's because many people are not speaking the same language.
So true.
And this security person is speaking her language with what she sees and knows, and she's trying to educate people probably with herself on Facebook, and so are you. But what happens is that fire that's been breeded, especially in the USA, is since 2020 and our election. And unfortunately, there are more than two camps.